Welcome to the Unit 1 review for Topic 6, the 5 Characteristics of Life. If you would like additional information that goes into more detail on this particular topic, you can review daysheet 17 through 20. Let's go ahead and dive in. Looking at the directions, it says match the characteristics below with their correct definition. The characteristics of life can be used more than once, and our characteristics of life are listed at the top. Remember, the main problem with this particular unit is that when we're talking about these 5 definitions, there's actually more than one definition for each one of these terms. So the key for us today is going to be focusing on key terms for each section. So to start us off, let's look at key terms for reproduction. I'm going to go ahead and write them down, and I want you to write them down on your paper as well. So our key terms for reproduction will include, anytime you see the word offspring, we're talking about reproduction. Anytime you see the word baby or child, obviously we're still dealing with reproduction. And remember, there are 2 types of reproduction that you're responsible for knowing. There's asexual reproduction as well as sexual reproduction. And remember, with asexual, it's one parent that can make the next generation. And in sexual reproduction, it's 2 parents are needed in order to make the next generation. Let's pop down and look at cellular organization. We'll leave our last 2 heavy hitters, homeostasis and metabolism, for last. For cellular organization, the key terms here are going to be cell or the word cells. Also, if you see anything that refers to the basic unit of life, we're talking about cellular organization. Or if you see anything referring to cellular structure. So all of those things have to do with cellular organization. Those are the key terms we're looking for. For heredity, our key terms are going to be genes or gene, traits or trait. Also, if you see anything referring to DNA, RNA, or nucleic acid, we're talking about heredity. And the last key thing that you might see is if you see similarities, if you see similarities from one generation to the next. So if you see anything that talks about so-and-so looking like their father, or Charlie looking like his grandfather, the reason why we see similarities is because we're actually passing DNA or genes or traits from one generation to the next. So those are our key terms for the first 3 characteristics of life. Let's go ahead and focus now on homeostasis, because homeostasis is one of those terms that people tend to get confused, specifically homeostasis and metabolism. So for homeostasis, the key terms that we're looking for here, we're looking for anything that talks about balance or stability. Another term that means the same thing is a term called equilibrium. Equilibrium means the same thing. We're also, anytime we see the word range or normal, we're also dealing with homeostasis. So these are all key terms for homeostasis. Another key term that you might see when we're talking about homeostasis is bringing back. Or if you see the term stimulus or stimuli. So all of those terms have to do with homeostasis. So it's staying in balance, being constant, equilibrium, normal, range, bringing back, stimulus, and stimuli are all key terms for homeostasis. For metabolism, we're looking for the word energy. That's one of our key words. We're also looking for the word consume or eat, which means the same thing. Also, if you see the word grow or repair, that all has to do with metabolism. Also, if you see the term chemical reaction, or if you just see chemicals or chemistry, these all have to do with metabolism. So those are our key terms. So now that we have our key terms in front of us, that should help us figure out what terms are what terms apply to which one of these individual definitions. So let's look down and look at number 1. For number 1, the passing of traits. So the key here is passing traits, and traits is our key term. So anytime we think about the word trait, we should be thinking about the characteristic of life of heredity. So number 1 should be E. And if I were you, I'd go ahead and write heredity here so that'll help you study instead of looking at the letter. For number 2, the process involving a set of, and here's the key term, chemical reactions that modifies a molecule into another for storage or for immediate use in another reaction or as a byproduct. So here's the key. Even if you don't understand anything else that's going on, I see chemical reactions. I remember that has to do with metabolism. So for number 3, it's going to be metabolism or C. I'm sorry, for number 2. Looking to number 3, the passing of genetic factors from parent to offspring. Again, we're looking at passing information, and genetic factors means the same thing as genes or traits. So that's just there to confuse you. So again, going from one generation to the next, obviously still we're dealing with heredity for number 3. So it's going to be E. For 4, physical and chemical changes in an organism in which energy is released. So again, the key here is energy. So we know that we're still dealing with metabolism because we're looking for our key words. So 4 should be C. Number 5, the ability to use, again, here's our key word, energy. So number 5 should still be metabolism. So already we've seen 3 different definitions for metabolism, but if we focus on our key terms, it's easy to know what it actually is. So that number 5 should still be C. Looking to number 6, the tendency of an organism or a cell to regulate is a key term for metabolism, its internal conditions, usually by a system of feedback control so as to, and again, here's another one, stabilize or stability, health and functioning, regardless of what's going on outside. So anytime we're stabilizing anything or bringing something back to set point, this is still going to be homeostasis. Lots of people confuse these two terms. Notice these terms are very different. So if you remember, energy is metabolism, stabilize or regulate is homeostasis, you'll never get those wrong. For number 7, the ability to participate in growth and repair. Those are the key. This word is here to trick you. These two terms are the most important terms. So because we're talking about growth and repair, number 7 is metabolism. Number 8, the ability of the body or a cell to seek and maintain conditions of, here's the key, equilibrium, which means balance. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. Or stability within its internal environment when dealing with external changes. Again, balance, stability, equilibrium. These are all key terms for homeostasis. Number 9, the production of offspring by organized bodies. Offspring is the key here, so this is going to be reproduction. We don't know which type it is because we don't have any additional information. If we would have said reproduction by one organized body, we could say that it's asexual. If it's more than one organized body, then it would be sexual. 10, the process by which organisms make more of their own kind. So making more or making the next generation. This again for number 10 should be reproduction. All right, again, if you need any additional information or more specifics, you can refer to Daysheet 17 or Daysheet 20. Additionally, you could also go to Biomonster Cinema, and when you're on Biomonster Cinema, the Characteristics of Life video is the very first one with the jackrabbit on the front cover of the video. Good luck, guys, as you continue to study.